In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, peace be upon you. Apologies, I speak slowly. To speed up this video, click on Settings, bottom right of the screen, then click on Speed and select a suitable speed. I was watching a Press TV documentary about ISIS and I discovered how ISIS members are recruited. I will explain on the following slides. The video was actually called Living with ISIS Documentary 2016. Young men are arrested, imprisoned or kidnapped with some excuse. The US and its allies did this in Iraq and Afghanistan following Bush's attack on the Twin Towers because he is a drug or warlord, Gog and Magog, anti-Christian, Shaitani Khanzir. These prisoners are then tortured and offered a form of freedom if they join ISIS or other terrorist organizations. The freedom offered is false, satanic freedom. The prisoners have no choice but to kill others and live a little longer or let themselves die by being killed. Some may even have family which is threatened. In another video, President Assad caught some of these ISIS members. He also offered them a form of freedom. President Assad offered them freedom, but they had to fight on the front line for President Assad's army. This group of ex-ISIS members agreed. President Assad has no real alternative but to do this, as this group had become disturbed, damaged and deranged. Killing and supporting rape or raping does this to you. The video was called Amnesty in Wartime. Assad pardons former Syrian militants. I actually felt bad for such ISIS members who are offered freedom as ISIS members. This is a tactic used by the Western elite, Gog and Magog, anti-Christian, Shaitani Khanzir, for at least 100 years. I have put evidence on the following slide to support this. Jafar al-Askari fought for the Ottoman army until he was captured by the Western gutter elite, Gog and Magog, anti-Christian, satanic Khanzir. Perhaps he had undergone mind control after being tortured by the Western gutter elite, Gog and Magog, anti-Christian, satanic Khanzir. They have become very good at this, and you can see on this, I'm going to read this Wikipedia article. Al-Askari served in the Ottoman Empire during World War I until he was captured by British forces attacking the empire from Egypt. After he was released, he was converted to the cause of Arab nationalism and joined forces with Amir Faisal and T.E. Lawrence with his brother-in-law Nouri as-Said, who would also serve as Prime Minister of Iraq. Al-Askari took part in the conquest of Damascus in 1918 and supported placing Faisal on the Syrian throne. When Faisal was deposed by the French in 1920, he advocated granting him a new throne in Iraq. So you can see he was imprisoned by the Western gutter elite, Gog and Magog, anti-Christian, satanic Khanzir, and probably underwent mind control, electrocution, I'm not sure. perhaps he was also bribed, but it's better for them to place rulers out of the people that they have managed to mind control. As I said, I actually feel bad for ISIS members, especially if they are ex-prisoners. But I wanted to tell them that they have been trapped, and they have these, as I perceive, these are the only choices they have available. Now, the first is that they refuse freedom and remain imprisoned until Allah gives you true freedom, the sort of freedom Prophet Joseph received, or death, in which case they're martyred. You take the freedom and go to the false freedom, go to the front line of war, but don't raise your weapon against another believer. If you are killed, you will definitely be martyred, not the false martyrdom the Western gutter elite Gog and Magog, anti-Christian satanic Khanzir are offering you. Be like the brother Abel, and say from the Quran, Surah 5, verse 28, If thou dost stretch thy hand against me to slay me, it is not for me to stretch my hand against thee to slay thee, for I do fear God, the cherisher of the worlds. The third choice is, you take the freedom, but only kill Western gutter elite Gog and Magog anti-Christian satanic Khanzir when they come in front of you. There is no point in killing other sects of Islam, saying that they are kafir. You should only focus on Western gutter elite Gog and Magog anti-Christian satanic Khanzir. If you do such a thing, you will actually be ridding the world of evil Western super rich people, and inshallah, Allah will reward you. You will tend to recognize these Western gutter elite Gog and Magog anti-Christian satanic Khanzir because either they will look white, like Bush, Blair, David Cameron. These are Western politicians, but they could also be Shell oil owners, or owners of major banks, or owners or managers of major corporations. They could also be mixed race black, like President Obama. Anybody working for Western interests are Gog and Magog anti-Christian satanic Khanzir. Anyone fighting for Western interests are Gog and Magog anti-Christian satanic Khanzir. Right, so if you were to kill such people, clearly defined, not the, obviously if a Western soldier came in front of you, then, you should defend yourself against them. But these super elite of the West need to be precision killed, not random killing of civilians, but the precision kill of the super rich. Now, killing and raping other believers, saying that they are non-believers because they are Shia or Sunni or Wahhabi, etc., for doing that, you will ultimately burn in hell. As the Quran says, that we should reject any sectarianism. I am sorry for ISIS members who have become trapped, or ISIL members who have become trapped after imprisonment. This is a difficult test, but you have to make your choice wisely, and I will pray for your souls, and I hope other people will pray for your souls. And finally, I would like to pray that Allah guides us, protects us, and gives us peace. May Allah guide the Satanists, anti-Christians, Antichrist, and the devil to the straight path. May the ultimate success be that all creation unite for the truth and justice, and I pray Allah allows humans to understand their limited knowledge. Please, Allah, grant us all guidance and forgiveness, and may children be a source of peace for their parents, and may parents be a source of peace for the children, and may I be a source of peace for all, and may I achieve martyrdom defending the vulnerable.